let's first of all start with these reports that Russia is fighting off what it's calling a terrorist attack in the southern Bryansk region bordering Ukraine. What do you know about what's going on here?
It's a bit of breaking news, SJ, really. The Russians claim that Ukrainian terrorist activity trying to target Bryansk, which is away from the Ukrainian border. Of course, the Ukrainians deny this. What's been interesting about this story, the Russian media, local media, had been predicting that there might be an attack for the last few days, which is a bit suspicious. Also, social media images and the videos coming from it by experts are looking at them saying they're massively staged managed. So it's not entirely clear whether this is a false flag operation done by Russia for Russia's needs or what. The truth is we'll just have to get back to viewers once it becomes clear what the facts are. OK,
well, we're in the early stages of that story. Meanwhile, over the border in Ukraine, what's happening on the ground there?
Well, Bakhmut is clearly one of the big stories. Inevitably, the fighting here for the last 6 months. Russia's been attacking the city. Now they've been described as storming the city. They are making small advances, but it's very, very slow, but at massive cost. It's worth pointing out again that Bakhmut isn't militarily significant, but of course it's become symbolically very important for both parties. President Zelensky yesterday described it as very difficult. There's been a Ukrainian MP now coming out saying that almost certainly the Ukrainian forces will have to withdraw at some time soon because of the risk of encirclement. And if you encircle, you've either got to withdraw or you've got to fight it out. If you withdraw, then you hand Putin a tactical victory. And if you stay and fight, almost certainly Ukraine loses some very experienced, battle-hardened soldiers, which could prove critical in the days and weeks ahead.
Can we talk about happenings at Volodar, Ukraine reporting big Russian losses there? What's the truth of the matter there?
Again, now, Volodar, the fighting's been going fiercely, but that is more militarily significant. It's on some high ground. There are some rail links there, some road links, all part of the resupply routes for the fighting. For the last 3 weeks, Russia's been throwing the proverbial kitchen sink at it. Ukraine claims over 130 tanks have been lost and armoured personnel carriers over that time. In context, Russia can only replace these tanks at 20 a month. So that's 6 months' worth of tanks over a 3-week period in one attack. And the challenge, of course, when the Russians lose the hardware, they just keep throwing their infantry at this attack. And the challenge there is they throw the infantry at the attack, they get defeated, they wheel in a whole load more new conscripts who are even less experienced, and they repeat the whole process again. The tragic of this is there's been huge casualties. Ukraine has claimed, as you said, 150,000. Now, these figures are always disputed, and that's probably on the high side. But the real tragedy here is because Putin is controlling the messaging into Russia, that the domestic Russians, the Russian population, will have no idea of the scale and the tragic consequences of this war on the Russian soldiers.
OK, Sean, thank you. Sean Bell with the latest there on Ukraine. Thank you.